Welcome to our easy English story about Dracula's castle. If you love simple English, exciting history, and mysterious castles, please like this video and subscribe for more fun and easy English stories every week. Dracula's Castle. Part 1. Who was Dracula? The early life of Vlad the Impaler. Many people around the world know the name Dracula. They think of a dark, mysterious man who lives in a castle and comes out at night. But the real Dracula was not a vampire. His name was Vlad. He lived many years ago, in the 1400s, in a region called Wallachia, which is part of modern-day Romania. This section will help you learn about his early life, his family, and why people later connected him with Dracula. Vlad was born into a noble family. His father was an important leader in Wallachia. His father's name was Vlad Dracul. The word Dracul came from a group called the Order of the Dragon. This group wanted to protect their land and their people. Because his father was in this group, he received the name Dracul, and people later called his son Dracula, meaning son of Dracul. At that time, the name Dracula had a normal meaning. It did not mean anything dark or scary. Vlad had two brothers. They lived in a time when life was not easy. There were wars, political problems, and many groups fighting for power. Because of this, Vlad and his brothers were sent away from home for some years when they were young. They stayed in another region so they could learn languages, reading, writing, and the skills needed to become good leaders. These early years were difficult, but they helped Vlad become strong and determined. When Vlad returned to his homeland, he saw that Wallachia was not peaceful. Different leaders wanted control. There were enemies outside the country and also problems inside the country. Vlad believed that a leader must be strong to protect his land. He wanted to show people that he could lead. He tried very hard to bring order to Wallachia, and many people respected his courage and energy. Vlad was known for being strict. He wanted people to follow the rules. He believed that strong leadership was necessary in difficult times. Some stories say that he was very hard on those who broke the rules, and because of this, many legends started to grow around his name. Over time, the legends became stronger than the real history. People began to tell stories about Vlad that were bigger and stranger than the truth. This is how the idea of Dracula began to change. Even though his real life was full of battles and politics, people later created a very different image of him. Hundreds of years after Vlad lived, writers became interested in his name. The most famous writer connected to Dracula was Bram Stoker, who wrote a novel called Dracula in 1897. Stoker used Vlad's name because it sounded mysterious and strong. However, the character in the novel was not the real Vlad. The character was a vampire in Transylvania, with magical powers and strange habits. The real Vlad did not have these qualities. He was simply a ruler of Wallachia, trying to protect his land during a difficult time. Because of Stoker's book, the world began to think of Vlad as Dracula the vampire. Movies, stories, and pictures made him even more mysterious. Over time, people became very curious about Vlad's real life and about the castle connected with his legend. This castle, known today as Dracula's Castle, is in Transylvania and is one of the most famous places in Romania. But before we talk about the castle, it is important to understand Vlad as a person. He was brave, intelligent, and serious. He grew up in a world where leaders needed to make fast and strong decisions. Some people admired him, some people feared him, but he was always a central figure in the history of his land. His early life shaped his character and helped him become a powerful leader. Today, historians try to understand Vlad more clearly. They read old documents and study the events of his time. Many say that the stories about him were exaggerated. They explain that legends grew because people in the past liked dramatic stories. Even today, people enjoy stories about mysterious figures, especially when they include castles, secrets, and old history. In this section, you learned about the real early life of Vlad, the man behind the name Dracula. In the next section, we will explore Dracula's castle in Transylvania, its history, and why it became so famous in stories and movies. Part 2. The Mystery of Dracula's Castle in Transylvania. Dracula's castle is one of the most famous castles in the world. It is in Transylvania, a region in Romania. Many people call it Dracula's castle because of the stories about Vlad the Impaler. The castle is high on a hill. It looks strong and mysterious. People say that it is beautiful but also a little scary. It is a place where history and legends meet. The castle was built many years ago. The exact date is not clear, but historians think it was built in the 1400s, around the same time Vlad the Impaler lived. The castle had strong walls, tall towers, and many rooms. People built it on a high hill to protect it from enemies. From the top, you can see the valley, the forests, and small villages. This view is very important because it helped the leaders see anyone coming to the castle. The castle was not only a home, it was also a fortress. In the past, there were wars and fights in the region. Leaders needed strong castles to protect their people and land. The walls of Dracula's castle are thick and strong. There are narrow stairs, small windows, and hidden doors. Some doors were used to escape during danger. The castle looks like a maze, and this makes it interesting for visitors today. Inside the castle, there are many rooms. There are halls, bedrooms, and kitchens. There is also a chapel where people prayed. The rooms are simple but strong. People who lived in the castle had to work hard to stay safe. The castle had a water system and places to store food. This helped people live inside the castle during long times of danger or war. Living in the castle was not easy, but it was safe. Many people say that the castle is mysterious. Some stories say that strange things happened there. Sometimes people hear noises, see shadows, or feel a cold wind inside. These stories make the castle more interesting. People enjoy these mysteries, even if they know that many are only legends. The combination of history and mystery is why Dracula's castle is famous around the world. The castle is also interesting because of its location. It is on a high hill, above the forests and valleys. To reach it, visitors need to climb many stairs. The walk is not easy, but when people reach the top, they see a wonderful view. From there, they can imagine how leaders looked for enemies and how life was many years ago. The castle feels like a place outside time, and this makes it special. Today, many people visit Dracula's castle. They take photos, explore the rooms, and walk on the stairs. People like to hear stories about Vlad and the castle. Guides explain the history and also share the legends. Some visitors come for history, and some come for the mystery. Some like both. Even children enjoy imagining the old stories and the life of Vlad in the castle. The castle is not very large compared to modern buildings, but it is very strong. Its walls, towers, and design helped people live and protect themselves for hundreds of years. The castle shows how people in the past built amazing places with simple tools. It is a symbol of power, courage, and history. Even though it is old, it still stands proudly on the hill. In conclusion, Dracula's castle is a mix of history and mystery. It was a home, a fortress, and now it is a famous tourist attraction. Visitors can see the thick walls, hidden stairs, beautiful views, and imagine life in the past. The castle is not only about Vlad the Impaler. It is about the people, the history, and the stories that make Transylvania an interesting place. In the next section, we will learn about the legends and secrets around the castle, which make it even more mysterious and exciting. Part 3. Legends and Secrets Around the Castle. Dracula's castle is not only famous for its history, it is also famous for the legends and secrets that surround it. Many people say that strange and mysterious things happen in the castle and near it. These stories make the castle exciting for visitors, even if they are young or old. In this section, we will learn about some of the legends, the secrets, and the mysterious stories. One of the first legends is about Vlad the Impaler himself. People say that Vlad lived in the castle and made strict rules for his people. He was very serious and wanted everyone to follow the law. Some stories say that he punished enemies in strange ways. These stories made people scared of him. Later, writers used these stories to create the character of Dracula, the vampire. Even today, people enjoy imagining the strong and mysterious Vlad in the castle. Another legend is about the hidden tunnels in the castle. Visitors can see some doors and stairs, but people say there are secret tunnels inside the walls. Some tunnels connect the castle with the outside. People believe that these tunnels were used to escape during attacks or to move secretly. Today, historians are not sure how many tunnels exist, but the idea of hidden tunnels makes the castle feel magical and mysterious. People also tell stories about strange sounds and shadows. Some visitors say that they hear footsteps when no one is there. Others say that they see shadows moving on the walls. Some people even feel a cold wind inside rooms where the windows are closed. Scientists explain that some of these stories are natural. The wind can blow through small holes, and old wooden floors can make noise. But the legends continue because people like to imagine something mysterious. The forests and hills around Dracula's castle also have stories. Some say that the forest is full of spirits from the past. People tell stories about strange lights at night or animals that seem unusual. Travelers enjoy walking in the forest and thinking about the old legends. Even though these stories may not be true, they make visiting the castle exciting. Legends and history together create a magical feeling. Some legends talk about treasures hidden in the castle. Long ago, people say, important documents and gold were kept there. Some people believe that treasures are still hidden in secret rooms or tunnels. Many visitors try to imagine where these treasures might be. Even if no treasure is found, the stories make the castle more interesting. Children and adults like to imagine finding old gold or secret letters. Another secret of the castle is its architecture. The thick walls, tall towers, narrow stairs, and small windows were all designed for safety. But some people believe that the architects put secret symbols in the walls. Some symbols are carved into stones, and people say they have special meanings. Historians study these carvings to understand the culture and beliefs of the people who built the castle. For visitors, the symbols add to the mystery. The castle is also connected to vampire stories. Bram Stoker wrote the famous book Dracula in 1897. He used Vlad's name but created a fictional vampire. Since then, Dracula the vampire has become famous worldwide. Many visitors come to the castle hoping to feel the vampire legend. Even though the real castle has nothing to do with vampires, the stories make it more exciting. People love to talk about the vampire while walking in the halls and stairs. Today, the combination of history, legends, and secrets makes Dracula's castle a very special place. Visitors enjoy learning about Vlad the Impaler, exploring the rooms, imagining the hidden tunnels, and thinking about the treasures. The stories are not real for many people, but they are fun and exciting. The legends make the castle different from any other castle in the world. In conclusion, Dracula's castle is more than a historical building. It is a place full of mystery, imagination, and adventure. The legends of Vlad, hidden tunnels, strange sounds, treasures, and vampire stories create a magical atmosphere. In the next section, we will learn about visiting Dracula's castle today, how to explore it safely, and what visitors can see and do. Part 4. Visiting Dracula's castle today. Visiting Dracula's castle today is a very popular activity for tourists. People from all over the world come to see the castle, explore its rooms, and enjoy the beautiful views. The castle is in Transylvania, Romania, on a high hill. It is not very easy to reach, but the journey is exciting and worth it. In this section, we will learn about visiting the castle, what you can see, and how to enjoy the experience safely. The first thing visitors notice is the climb to the castle. To reach the top, you need to walk up many stairs. The stairs are steep in some parts, and the walk can be long. But when you arrive, the view is amazing. From the top, you can see the valley, the forests, and the small villages below. The hills around the castle are green in spring and summer. In autumn, the trees are red and yellow. In winter, snow covers the hill, and the castle looks magical. The castle is open to visitors most of the year. Inside, people can see many interesting rooms and halls. There are bedrooms, halls, and kitchens that show how people lived hundreds of years ago. Some rooms have old furniture, wooden floors, and thick walls. Visitors can imagine what life was like for Vlad the Impaler and the people who lived in the castle. Even though the castle is old, it is safe to walk inside and explore. Many visitors enjoy the chapel in the castle. This is a small room where people prayed. The walls are simple, and there are old religious symbols. People can sit quietly for a few minutes and feel the calm atmosphere. The chapel shows how important religion was for people in the past. Visitors often take photos, but they must be careful and respectful. Photography is allowed in some rooms, but not all. Visitors also like to explore the stairs, towers, and walls of the castle. Some stairs are narrow, and some walls have small windows. These windows were used to see enemies from a safe place. The towers were strong and high. People can imagine how soldiers and leaders watched over the land. Walking on the walls and towers gives visitors a feeling of adventure. Children especially enjoy exploring these parts. Another fun part of visiting the castle is learning about the legends and stories. Guides often explain the life of Vlad the Impaler, the hidden tunnels, and the strange sounds that people say happen in the castle. Visitors hear stories about treasures, vampires, and secret symbols. Even if these stories are not real, they are exciting. The legends make the visit more fun and mysterious. Some visitors like to take notes or imagine their own stories while exploring. Visitors should also know how to prepare for the visit. Comfortable shoes are very important because of the stairs and walking paths. In summer, visitors should bring water and a hat because it can be hot. In winter, warm clothes are needed because the wind can be strong on the hill. Some areas of the castle may be slippery or narrow, so it is important to be careful. Children should be supervised by adults. The castle is surrounded by beautiful nature. People can take pictures of the forests, hills, and small rivers near the castle. The landscape is very peaceful. Walking around the castle area is relaxing. You can enjoy the fresh air, listen to birds singing, and feel the calm atmosphere. Many visitors say that the castle and nature together create a special experience. There are also nearby villages where visitors can stay. The villages of Bran and Moyachu have hotels, guesthouses, and restaurants. Visitors can eat traditional Romanian food, like soups, bread, cheese, and meat. Some restaurants have outdoor seating with views of the castle. Local people are friendly and like to share stories about Vlad and the castle. In conclusion, visiting Dracula's castle today is a combination of history, adventure, and beauty. You can explore the rooms, climb the stairs, enjoy the views, and learn about the legends. The castle is not only a historical building but also a magical place that invites visitors to imagine life in the past. Everyone who comes to Dracula's castle can enjoy a safe, exciting, and unforgettable experience.